Greetings, voyagers. Greetings and salutations from northern Maine. Finally arrived back at the place. And I'm using my brand new Samsung phone to shoot video for the very first time. So you're seeing it here first. I have the lawnmower up. Last time I tried to use it was about a year ago when I was up here, and it wouldn't start. It has always started for me. I've had that thing for 10 years. Oh, actually longer than that. I would say, 10 years. And it's always started. And it really does a good job on. This place gets really thick with brush. You can see there's shrubs growing up from last year. I think most of these are going to be raspberry bushes. I have raspberry bushes all along in here, and they just send their roots out. They shoot out their roots, and then they pop up. And if I didn't cut this within a year or two, it would be completely overgrown. So I have to maintain it. I got to get that lawnmower running. I'm going to put a new spark plug in it. I'm cleaning the air filter. It was really dirty. You can see I've washed it with detergent to try and get all the oil out of it. And, and I really washed it too. And I can feel there's still oil on my finger. But I have to oil it before I put it back in. I've got to drip some oil on it and then squeeze out the excess and put it back in. And I drained the gasoline out of it, and I pushed a rag down in there and just kind of wiped around the bottom of the little gas tank there, and got a little bit of gum and some rust, a little bit of rust. It needs a new spark plug and a new ignition wire. And I'm also going to change the oil too. I can't find my user manual. So I'm just kind of doing this, on the fly here. I seem to recall reading that if you need to tip the lawnmower, you should only tip it back. Don't ever tip it to the side or tip it down. I don't know. It said something like that. Or maybe that was my generator. The generator has some problems. That wouldn't start the last time I tried to use it. Which was last year. But that's my fault. I didn't realize I wasn't able to get up here hardly at all for years, living down in the city where all my money's going for rent, driving these old cars that keep breaking down. I had about 4 or 5 opportunities to get up here, a few years ago when we were still living in the ghetto. And I get as far as Saco or Portland, and something would happen. The first time it was the transmission. It wouldn't shift up from second gear. It got stuck in second gear. So I drove it back in the breakdown lane. And when you do that, you get nails and screws in your tires. So I ended up having to fix the transmission and replace 2 rear tires. And I just was perpetually broke. And, it took about, even with my little 4-cylinder, it's 310 miles. And there's $14 in tolls. So it can be kind of an expensive trip to get up here. And I hardly ever got up here. And I had done all the work that I can do on the house. I'd done all the building that I can do. From here on out, all the work that has to get done to complete the house is going to have to be done by contractors. And that's going to take some money. And of course, that's going to take some more time. But in the meantime, there's plenty of work to be done here. I have to get that lawnmower running so I can keep the yard down. That'll keep the mosquitoes down. And I have to get that generator fixed. I drained the fuel out of it, and I couldn't get all the last of the fuel. There's like about, 2 or 3 tablespoons of gas left in the bottom, and it just won't siphon. So, because there's so little of it, but I can see flakes of rust floating around on the surface of the gas. That's not good. So I'm gonna, when I get into town, we're gonna go back into town tomorrow, do some laundry, and I'll be able to hook up to the internet. So I'll go online and see what it takes to clean that rust. Here's my idea. Since it's floating around in little flakes, I have this tool. It's a little grabber tool, and it's designed for using with to pick up small parts in tight places where you can't get your fingers into. So I'm going to put a little magnet on the bottom of that and stick it down into the gas tank and see if I can scoop up that, attract that, all those rust particles. Maybe there'll be a simple cure like pouring vinegar in there or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm probably going to need that that generator. We're going to be here through the summer. We're going to be here. It's the end of April. We're going to be here probably through the end of September. And it's not always going to be sunny and bright. I have the solar panel out charging up the house battery. Tomorrow's going to rain, so I'll get a full charge on the house battery. And when we get into town, I can set up and do the editing again. I don't have to actually do any editing. I just have to send it to WeVideo to upload to YouTube. It uploads to YouTube from their server, not from my laptop. So they got to get their act together, and I've been working on this for a while. It's Wyoming. It's a place we stayed just outside of Casper, Wyoming last year. So yeah, I'm gonna build a little. I started a few years ago. I started building this solar greenhouse. I was just gonna staple plastic sheeting over it, and I never got the opportunity to finish it. But I think I'm just gonna. I just need to put some bracing in here. I need to put another cross member here, and a little door so I can get in. And then I'm just gonna staple the plastic to it, and that'll do me for right now. But what I really want to do is have it run the whole length of the shed. So that might be a project I could do very inexpensively this summer. Wouldn't that be nice? And then I could grow some flowers in there. I had to leave all my cacti. I had a cacti garden that I had for years when I was in the apartment. And when we moved into the van, I just had to abandon all my houseplants. That broke my heart. But yeah, I'm going to get this. I'll just staple this in for now. And I'll get some flowers going in there. Maybe I'll grow some veggies. Maybe I'll grow a squash and some asparagus or something. That would be really cool. The lightship number 112 Nantucket. That's another story for another time. I was one of the owners of the Nantucket lightship, the last one, the final one, that was retired from service back in, the 1960s, 1970s. I'll have to go back and check my my notes on that. And anyway, that's a long story, and it's still tied up in Boston, over in East Boston. But yeah, I'll tell you that story some other time. So this is cool. It's great to be up here. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do. When I built this shed back in 2010, these, I think these are 6 by 6 inch pressure treated timbers, lumber, and they're like skids. That's what the shed is resting on. And I just had 2 by 6 wood. This wood wasn't pressure treated at all. And in 10 years, it's completely rotted. So there's work to be done. You can see peeling, flaking paint all around the door. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but way up in that corner, just under the eave, a woodpecker has pecked a hole all the way through the plank. So my ladder doesn't quite reach that high. I may either have to buy a new ladder or maybe I can borrow one. But I gotta patch that hole. So there's lots of work to do up here. The outhouse is kind of sinking back. It's kind of caving in over here a little bit. Yeah, you can see that it's kind of leaning back. I put it up on 2x4s. There's a couple of 2x4s. When I bought the property, he had the hole for the pit. He had the pit dug, but the outhouse wasn't over the hole. He had built it off to the side, and then that's as far as he got. So I had to jack up the house and put some 2x4s under it, some skids. And I put 2 of them under there, and I greased them up with Crisco. I didn't want to use anything petroleum, like, you know, oil-based, like axle grease or anything. So I bought a can of Crisco vegetable shortening, and I greased up those skids real good. And I took it down off the jack and onto the skids. I just gave it a big shove, and it slid right back over the hole. But it's sinking back, so I have to get in there. I got to get all this stuff out of there. That's the screen that I used to screen all the sand out of the gravel, so I could use the sand to finish my brick floor. That's another story for another time. Oh, it's so good to be up here. I'm safe. There's no coronavirus on this property. Oh my goodness, but my hip is killing me. The bursitis is really hurting. It's flaring up right at this moment. Ouch, I am in real pain. I'm going to go over to my easy chair, sit down, listen to the birds and the breeze, and be happy for a little bit. Oh, woo! So that's a wrap for today, folks. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, staying out of trouble. God bless us all. We sure need it. Yeah, I'm up here. I got 30 miles to go to get a signal. The best I can get up here is text and talk. I can't even attach a photo to a text. I can do email, but no video. I mean, no internet up here. I can't even download an app or check the weather. So I got to go 30 miles. So it's going to rain tomorrow. So we'll go in and do some laundry, and I'll get online, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, and share, because sharing is caring. Peace out.